That's super hilarious, Miss A. Hi. I really appreciate you coming on and being like, oh my God, did she mean to go live? I, yeah, cool, it worked. Yay. All right, it's totally working. I hear me. I hear me. Hello, Mr. Magpie. How are you? And to answer the question that I just asked and wondered if, probably maybe Miss A was asking it. Yeah, I did actually mean to go live. This was not an accident. Like that one time in the pontoon when we were trying to figure that out. Super drunk in my bathrobe. It was a good time. Yeah. Hold on, I think I need to do something. My vacuum is running. Yes. Hey, Brandy, how's it going? So I'm gonna turn off my vacuum, and then I think I've got everything ready to go. Hang on a second. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. We do this. Hi. Look, I exist. I'm a person that did a thing. I switched a scene. I'm terribly excited that I can do that. That's not even a joke. I think that's a really cool thing that I am capable of doing at this point. I set up my stream deck, which actually wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be, but I've had it for like 3 years. Got it for my birthday. Figured it would be fine and, whatever. And then I just got really freaked out and didn't, you know, set it up. But now I have. But yeah, look, I'm here. I'm here. Hi, peoples. How are you? I totally went live just on the fly. I am wanting to get, I guess really what I'm wanting to do is get back into the whole like making content and existing with the Sudsers thing. Because what I have been doing since, well, for like a month is not healthy. You know what I mean? And so there's been a lot of doom scrolling, a lot of just kind of stressing out. And I don't want to do that. I want to be in my happy place with my people. And so that is what we're going to do. For this particular like stream though, it's totally casual. We're going to make some stuff and just chit chat about whatever. You guys can do like ask me stuff, whatever you want. But I want it to start being, oh yeah, it says all the soapy things. You can kind of see it. I messed it up at the bottom. I didn't get the fusion right, and so it's coming off. But, it's cute. So, yeah, I am wanting to do kind of casual thing today. What the hell was that sound? Cool. I love that for me. There's sounds in here that I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yes, casual live stream, just kind of figure stuff out. So I want to make a hit list of the things that I want to do and the things that you guys want to see in like a live stream or ideas that you might have, right? And those can come about as we are chit-chatting and doing the things. Like audio will be obviously a thing that needs to be worked on and all the jazz, but this is our kind of test stream. And then as we continue to do stuff, I want to be able to link up Discord voice chats. And so you guys can just, the membered sudsers can just pop on to the Discord chats, just kind of normal in your ear or on your phone, or if you're at your computer, just whatever. If you want to just like chit chat and be audible to, me, but also to you, to the peoples for live stream type things. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I have my comments and everything here, so it's still working, which is good. I love that. Hello, Elle. How's it going? Yes. But yeah, so we're gonna make some stuff and we're just gonna test some things and we're going to be oh look at that. I got a membered sudser for 32 months. Wow, Miss A. Thank you. You're amazing. 32 months. That's freaking nuts, right? That's crazy that we've been doing this for so long. that 32 months have gone by of like the membered thing. It's nuts. Thank you. You're amazing. I don't have. Did anything play? Did sound alerts play? No sound alerts played. I need a hit list. Book. Hit list. Notes. Gonna be important. And so, what are we gonna do? Sound alerts for subs, etc. Yeah, so that one will be fun for sure. And then I did just mention the Discord connection for VC because I think that would be a lot of fun, and it makes it sort of more user. I mean, I know that Discord isn't like the most user friendly thing in the world, you know what I mean? But it makes it more user friendly for the than actually getting onto like a Zoom call, which like usually requires you to be in one place and like have your camera hooked up. Sometimes people just don't want to be on camera. You know what I mean? I have not wanted to be on camera. I filmed the face video for a video. I've done it like for the last day of the 10 days of thanks. I've filmed this video like 10 times, right? And then I go to put the footage in to the thing, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, "Ma'am, why are your eyes bleary?" Like they're bleary and they're like the bags, and I have the cashed eyes, like I've been crying. I'm not sleeping. You know, it's just for different reasons. And so I have not wanted to be on camera, but I'm ripping the band-aid off because every day that goes by that I don't do this, it gets harder to come back and do. You know what I mean? And so this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be fun. And based on my schedule right now, I have a number of days where I can just effectively bring you guys along with me for kind of making, you know? And so on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, they're really good days for me to be able to just do, you know, hey, Miss A, thanks for the super chat. Stop it. Stop it. Stop testing it. They're not on. We already know they're not on. Stop giving me money. That's very sweet of you. God damn. Stop it, though. For real. But yeah, so Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays are really good for me to do like just kind of, I don't know, like work streams. And so obviously we'll be making a lot of soap and stuff. And I have this cool thing here, right? So I can switch. Look. So I've got my whole thing going on here, right? So you can watch me make and whatever. But also I have it set up. Hey Markin, how's it going? Top down, face small. Yeah, see? Look, I can be there too. See, you get the thing and then I'm in the shot. And I want to crop that guy so it's just a square. I don't need the full rectangle for that. So I need to figure out how to create a square me for top down. Yeah. And then what else? Oh, and then I have also like this, right? So you can see me big and the making small. I don't know under what circumstances we use that. I mean, I suppose we just use it right now, right? Where I could be making stuff and just shooting the shit with you and there's no sort of whatever. But I don't know. There's a thing. That's it. That is all I have currently set up in my scene selection of OBS is 4 scenes. And I'm pretty proud of myself that I did that, you know? I remembered to get the audio into every part, which is half the battle, probably. I don't know. Um, but yeah, speaking of audio, can you guys hear me okay? Is it like the worst sounding audio ever? I did a sneaky little test right before and it didn't sound terrible. But how's it going, sweet country girls and white Pip? Yeah, that. Pretty sure I said that right. The cat just jumped off of the counter or the shelves. She's gonna blow up my whole world right now. Okay, good, Miss A. Good, L. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad that the audio is okay. I have a cat. Oh, I have a cat because a thing happened. I decided that it was going to be, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Merkin. I appreciate that. I decided that it would be fun because the shop has gone to effectively just straight warehouse, straight wholesale with everything, you know? And so the apprentices work at hours that they can after they're off of, you know, classes and everything. And I work my early morning hours, but it's getting tough this year because this school year, because Aowen is in, you know, middle school and Scout is in elementary still. And so I have to have Aowen to school. We have to leave the house by 7:30 every morning, and then Scout is 8:30. And so as a result, I have to be here and present at 6:30 to get Aowen out of bed, to make sure she stays on time, because she would just spend 3 hours staring at nothing. You know, she has no time management skills. And so I have to be here at 6:30 no matter what. And so I've been struggling with that, kind of trying to get to the shop and then come back here and, you know, get like a couple hours done and then come back here. And essentially the next several hours are just me getting the kids ready and getting them to school with, because I can't go back to the shop, you know. But I could be doing stuff in between times while they're getting their clothes on and, you know, doing the things. So anyway, long story, short story long, unnecessarily long, you know what I mean? I decided to go ahead and create a craft room in the house. And that craft room is obviously for the girls and us because we like doing all these cool things together, but also for soap. So we have the bulk of everything still at the shop for all the big drums and everything for all of our wholesale and all of our bulk making. But I don't like filming there anymore because it makes it, I'm always in the Soapprentice's way and then having to get the stuff, the camera setups and everything out of the way so people can work. And so I thought this is actually much easier to do it. So I made a shop at the house. Did you really hear the kitty jump? That's hilarious, Miss A. I love that. Yeah. Hi, Gloria. How's it going? Yeah, Scout. She definitely is living up to her namesake. Aowen is living up to hers too, right down to the curly hair. Super wild. But yeah, so this is what we're doing. We are in a room that a cat could be in, actually, which is crazy. I figured that they would have moved out or she would have moved out because only one of them comes in here as soon as I brought like soap stuff in. But I don't know. Hasn't really happened yet. So maybe once I start making soap and stuff, they'll just know that it's time to steer clear. You know? Speaking of soap, we're gonna make some soap. What am I doing today? Um, I am definitely looking forward to when the kids drive themselves, Miss A, because that's, well, and not looking forward to it, you know? Because I like them young and I like them like still wanting to hang out with me. But also, yeah, I'm just looking forward to next year when they're both in middle school together. And so it's just like 1 hour of my life that's devoted to this instead of dragging it off because it's kind of a lot. But we're making stuff today. Oh, we have to do shampoo bars. So I have a couple shampoo bars that I need to make. And then also, so that's what this oil is. And then also, I have some new designs that I'm working on for a new line that I'm doing. So I might play with that a little bit. And then, yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. This isn't a members only stream. Otherwise, I would be talking about the new Project Soapway stuff. You know, speaking of designs and stuff, but it's not a members only stream. I don't think. No, it's not. It's not. So, anyway, we're going to make shampoo bars for right now, and then, you know, just chit chat while we're doing it. So that'll be fun. I'm going to go get my clay. I'm mostly going to be coming in and out of the scenes a whole lot because, I mean, everything exists everywhere. Oh, but I did film everything for this, you know? Yeah, maybe not. What about this one? Me small? Cute, why not? But yeah, I did film everything for the making of this room. That's been one of the also things that you guys kind of know about what's been going on. I have a lot of deadlines that we have to do for the. Hang on, I'm coming back. For the house, we only have a few more months left until we actually get everything, until our permits expire, really. And so that means everything that we've been doing has to get finished. And it's a lot. And so this was one room that needed to be finished. And so I thought, why not just do it? And I filmed every single part of it. So the drywalling and the flooring and the painting and the installing of all the cabinets and everything. And this, because it's a big giant, like, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see. There you go. So it's a big table, right? Holy crap, it's blown out. What's with the brightness, people? Where's the ring light? Maybe that's it. But anyway, the cabinets and everything are underneath this. Of course, I just messed up my whole shot by doing that, right? Hee hee, I think I'm going to be awesome and do something cool. And then, boom. It's mostly fine. But, so, is that the soap stock in the background or one of those green screens? No, it's actually soap. So I moved some soap over here too. And also, there are wholesale accounts that only I will do the soap making for. Not because the soap apprentices are bad or anything, but I have some wholesale accounts that let me do videos, right? So like a drop in the ocean, easiest first example there. They let me do videos and talk about their soaps. And so those have to be, I film those for sure all the time. And so I'll make those while I'm here and then just, ship and or package up and get to a drop in the ocean from here. So yeah, real soap, real soap. It's a lot of fun. And everything's still going on good there. I am going to do the scary part. You guys have to let me know what's going on, what happens with this, okay? Because I need to mix this. And obviously I'm going to be needing to mix lye solution into this, right? Cat's actually trying to kill me. Or herself. I don't know. So the stir stick might be too loud. I think I have the noise gate basically set up so it won't be annoying and obnoxious. But if it is bad, please let me know. Because I can run a test, I think, on the actual sound of the stick making its thing, and then put the noise gate to just hit with the. So let me know, is the point. So fingers crossed that it's not the worst thing, ever. If it's bad, tell me right away, and I'll just mute the mic while I mix, okay? Is okay? I really hope that it's okay because I wear earbuds when I'm, throughout the day or whatever, and I'm just listening to people do stuff. And so if it's super duper loud in the ear, that would suck. It's fine? Okay, well, we'll try the lye and see if it's still fine. Okay, I probably need a container or two. But anyway, yeah, it's been a long time since I've done any of the. It's been a long time since I've actually set up a studio, a home studio, and so I thought it might be kind of fun to do that with you guys and give you all the different types of, well, risers and cabinets and tools and stuff that I found to be useful, different sizes of boxes for storage and all the jazz, to kind of help anybody who might be setting up a home studio. And we'll do full blueprints and everything so you can see all my measurements and everything. And obviously you can just kind of squeeze things in to suit if you have a car bay or a spare room or something, And this is effectively what this room kind of was a spare room. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought would be fun with that. That'd be members only content. It's all filmed. I just need to do the thing. Hi Soapy, how are you? How's life in the future? Hold on, it might get loud for right now. I'm sorry. Hey Brenda, how's it going? Nice to see you. Okay, again, super duper sorry if that got too loud. Good news about this stuff is it's I'm doing it. Okay, good news is I'm soaping the shampoo bars hot, so I don't actually have to mix it a whole lot. But yes, there's that. I am doing good, Miss A. I'm glad. Thank you guys for continuing to tell me that it's not loud, because that was my biggest hang up with all of this. I was very, very nervous about it. So I'm glad to see that that is not the case. But yeah, hey, Soapy, I'm doing really well. How about you? How's life in the UK? Crazy, crazy busy? All of the events, all the fun things on a Thursday night? Is it like the middle of the night? I never know time zones. Hey Jilly Bird. No, I have not done anything involving ingredients. This is my shampoo bar for my type 1. And so we have in this, it's what is this blend? Hang on. So it's coconut, palm, olive, hemp, and castor. And then we put in the kaolin clay within all of it. I super fat this at 5%. And the lye solution does have, it is a salt solution actually for this one. And I think I just used 3 olive martini for the actual, for the color. And then the scent is, I don't even know what it's called on the website anymore, but it's rosemary and mint. Like that's all I use from Sierra Candles. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, so is this you can hardly hear the actual mixing, or did my audio go bad? No, my audio is still good. Actually, I'm peaking a little bit in the oranges, so I think I'm okay. All right, let's make sure my angles are right here. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Easy peasy. Okay. So yeah, anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a video for the members and just walk through all of the making of a home studio to keep everything kind of organized. And this one is cool because it does double duty, you know, because we have everything behind me, so me back is soap stuff, so the kids can't go here, but everything in front of me is the cry cuts and the 3D printers and the uh, sewing machine and all of the fabric and all the stuff that they do for, because they like making costumes and stuff. And so all of that jazz. And then obviously there are a million pens and markers and pencils and everything. So every craft that they've ever loved, every craft that I've ever loved, we all managed to get it into one space, which is pretty epic. Oh, yeah, the felting stuff, they got into that. They're crocheting, just all the crafts. Okay. You know what I probably need for when I'm away from the microphone? Ah, duties. Hi, Elena. How are you? I probably need a background music, some music. Stream in some Spotify or whatever, right? Yeah, we could do that. Get the rest of this into a mold and I can make another note for my hit list. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? We have Soapy says it's 1938 here at the moment. Markets are going great. I no longer work for the oh, wow, you don't. Okay. You're doing full time with the beauty. Hey, congratulations. Wow. So you're starting back up with the Soapy Beauty. Are you actually doing the massages and facials and stuff? That's like really, really labor intensive work, you know? It's back-breaking work to be doing all of that, plus being on your feet, you know, when you're making soap, because that's what we do. We're on our feet. So, wow, that's crazy. You're nutty busy for sure. Now, let's clean this out and get some more oil ready to go. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Yeah, we're live streaming. We're just making stuff right now. We're making shampoo bars and I might be working on their design. And yeah, just kind of chit-chatting, ripping the band-aid off, really, of getting back in the habit of being on camera and, you know, getting away from the sort of unhealthy patterns that I've been falling into and all the jazz. So yes, I'll be back. Need to get more oil. All right. Heavy. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Alana is doing well. Got home to receive it. I'm glad that you're able to come home and actually watch it. It is the craziest time ever for me to go live. I'm like, it's 11 a.m. Let's do that, you know? But the cool thing about the Sudzers is that you guys live all over the world. And so for some of you, it's a terrible time. It's in the middle of a, you know, a school day. And for others, it's at your nighttime. So it totally works, which I think is great. And then obviously there's always the replay for more interesting, you know, live streams probably. But you know, I don't really know that I think I overthink this crap too much, you know? Like this idea of everything has to be interesting all of the time. Just chit-chatting is fun too. And when I need to be making stuff, I need my hands to be doing that sometimes. And so typing in the Discord can be tough. But also I try to let you guys keep that space your space and not feel like mom's coming in to do anything all the time, you know? Oh, so gonna work on formulations because the Plantaquat sucks as an emulsifier. Okay. Hey, working on the the formulations is fun. I love it. And well, thank you, Brenda. That's very nice of you to say. So you're doing hot stone massage, Swedish massage, bamboo massage, Indian head massage, facials, Hopi ear candles, and spray tanning as well. You are so busy. Oh my gosh. I've never had a hot stone massage. I really love Swedish massages. Those are the ones where they just beat the crap out of you, right? Those are my favorite. I get one of those and I get sick the next day for like 3 days. It's crazy. Well, I don't need to have it that long. There you go. Minute and a half will work. Okay, so type 2 bars now. Yeah, Merkin, that's actually my issue too. I mean, for a lot of the stuff that I listen to throughout the day, it doesn't require me to be super, I don't know, engaged and actually, you know, chit-chatting and whatever. responding in chats or whatever. It's just kind of people talking to each other. But you end up having fun with it. And so while you're listening, you just find yourself kind of pulling your phone up and chatting along. And before you know it, an hour has gone by. So I understand that completely. Okay, now I need type 2. So coconut oil, olive oil, palm, each at 30%. And then also in that blend is 5% hemp and 5% shea within that one. And where's my clip? And my scent, probably. So I'm using the sea salt and lotus blossoms for my type 2 bars from Nature's Garden. I got into a thing, I don't know, I got into a mood like in October, November, and I was like, you know what? I haven't actually bought anything from Nature's Garden in a million years. So I bought a whole bunch, and then I don't know what to do with them. And so I kind of reformulated some of my scents, and then now I'm just kind of using them when I'm testing and stuff. So this one's pretty good. I like it. Oh, cannot. Soapy says she cannot wait to get stuck in. Friend has a beauty clinic. She asked me when all the drama is going on in work, and I would like to work at a clinic and go back to my beauty roots. I think it's great. I think that if you are loving what you're doing and all of the jazz, that's awesome. And it's one thing that you're doing like for you and all of the, the benefits of your business as opposed to working for other people and doing the thing for sure. Oh, and I love that, Elena. Hubby tends to gift you massage gift cards every year. Mr. Soap and Clay and I went and did a massage, like a couples massage once. And like I said, I like the types that just beat the crap out of you, and so that's what we did. He doesn't really do massages, so he wasn't really prepared for that. And then we both ended up just sick. It was for like an anniversary thing or something. So we had the entire weekend to ourselves, like a couple days before our anniversary, because we got married on 11/11/11 because of a video game. And we weren't thinking that it was also Veterans Day. And so usually things are closed on our, actual anniversary. So the weekend before, we had the whole weekend. Kids went and stayed with my parents and, figured we'd have some fun adult time and do whatever. We didn't do any of that. We were sick. Yeah, we just laid in bed and like slept and played video games and ate pizza rolls, which is a different type of adult time. So that's fun. I'm not mad at that. Oh, you tried that? You tried hemp oil in the soap paste? Yeah, oh my God. I love hemp oil. I am absolutely addicted to it. And with all of the prices getting so crazy these days, hemp oil is pricing itself back into, just like a regular use line. You know what I mean? Because prices be crazy. And I don't know what we're going to do with all of the tariffs and whatnot for Canada. We have like everything is on that list from Canada. I ran out. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get more water. In case this thing times out, I currently have 7.09 ounces of water in this, okay? Oh, good. That worked. Thanks, Miss A. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. So, I have no idea what I was even talking about. Oh, but I was thinking while I was gone that I left you guys with an adult. It's Miss A. She's always in charge whenever I'm gone. So, I don't really know that means I left you with an adult. But you know, she's got a she's got a wrench, and so it kind of counts, you know? Yeah, Brenda, I have heard that the drinking lots of water thing. And usually I drink a lot of water just as a regular rule. Like I have this guy that I do at least 2 of a day, if not 3. And for whatever reason, whenever I end up going to get a massage, I end up like super dehydrated beforehand, and it's very dumb. It's like I'm setting myself up to get that toxin release and get super duper sick. But I feel nice afterwards, you know? Feel taller, which is always fun. I like being tall. All right, live. Oh, Miss A is not the size of an adult. That's accurate. That's accurate. You are small bean. All right, see you later, Mr. Magpie. Misha says, trying to figure out a preservative that won't separate beard conditioner. And you made using one of my videos. Optipin Plus seems notorious for separation. Yeah, so that can be if you're doing it in a conditioner. So is it like proper conditioner? So therefore like more water than, you know, your oils and all of that. What else are you putting in it? That would be, that we need to think about. Because I'm thinking probably the germol. No. Hmm. Let's say it's not this one. Is it? Oh my God, my teas. Clarity. Oh my God. I forgot all about those. I need to bring back some of my old fun things that I used to do. I used to do a whole lot more with actual cosmetics and everything. And I don't anymore. I don't know where my thing is. I think, though, Miss A's right, though. The Phenonep's probably going to be a better option. I mean, I suppose I has computer can look up. Let's see. Versus. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, I think just generally Phenonep's good because it has the broader pH range, right? And yeah, I mean, in milk lotion, wow, soap making forums are so much fun, as in the soap making forum. Uh, but yeah, Humblebee and me looks like she is suggesting that that would be probably best for your applications on her or there. I don't actually know who Humblebee and Me is, but they have a great website. So on their what preservative should I use? How much should I add? Actually, I can just stupid, 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 stupid apples. Just refresh it, okay? No, go back. Thank you. Max or lame? Is it Command C? Jesus. I don't know things. There you go. See if that one works. So yeah, that one will be pretty good. I left to keep reading. Sorry. Yeah, the book. Well, it's one of the books. I have a lot of them. A lot of recipe formulation books, but that was one of my oldest. That was when I first started out. And so that's kind of where the first beginning stages of research and stuff are. There's pages in that book that have like all of my soaps and everything broken down to like the frickin' penny. Cause you know, that's what you do when you start your business. You want to even make sure that it's viable and something that you're going to want to do and there's going to be a decent ROI for this, you know, otherwise maybe hobby for some of you is, you know, you want to make sure that it actually is going to make any sort of money. And so I really did just get incredibly detailed with all of it down to the penny for everything and had big lists of where you could buy things and the best places to buy this oil versus that oil. And you should only get this scent at this company when it's doing this sale. I'm thinking specifically of Wholesale Supplies Plus with that. And, you know, all of the things. Okay, I didn't warn you guys with this one because everybody's been saying that it's fine. So if it's no longer fine, sorry about that. But yeah, no, I had all these things just always listed out as the like all the great places to go and everything. And you know, it's been over a decade that I've started the business. So a lot of those things have changed. New companies have come on, some companies that I used to like, I don't like anymore. Bulk Naturals, you can't do anything with bulk Naturals anymore. We are boycotting them for good. That was a crazy, crazy thing that I read. And Brenda, yes, I game. I game. I am a gamerson. I love doing that. I don't do a lot of online play though, as far as like with people. I don't do co-op games. A lot of single player though. I'll do fun online games like co-ops for, you know, silly things like that one where you go in and you have to figure out if it's a ghost or a, you know, whatever. Those ones are fun. Or like Jackbox, those are cute. And then like It Takes Two, that's a really fun, cute co-op game for sure. But other than that, I mean, Mister and I will play like Borderlands and stuff. If there is a co-op available, we'll play together. But for the most part, the titles that we're interested in, they are not co-op games. All right, 96 degrees. That one's going to be good. Yes, Brenda, using a database is a much better idea than using a freaking notebook. I eventually moved all of my stuff into a database, but that computer's all the way over there. So, it is a good idea to do that because you can lose your notebooks or you can spill oil on it. That happens all the time. I am glad that you still cannot hear the blender, Dave. Thank you. How's it going, HBC Soap Studio? Nice to see you. Brenda, what's going on with Bulk Natural? So Bulk Natural Wholesale or whatever, it's a wholesale soap and supply, cosmetic supply company out of Ohio. I'm not sure. But anyway, the owner, the registered owner, the registered agent for the business is currently in jail and awaiting trial for child explicit material. That was found, thousands and thousands of images found at his home, at this church that he pays the mortgage for or the utilities for, and at his place of business at Bulk naturals. Crazy. So yeah, that was a crazy, crazy story. Absolutely horrific. And I just no. We boycott. I've been thinking about doing like a proper like deep dive video on that. But you know, the only time that I don't talk about soap is when I'm chatting shit to someone. You know what I mean? So when I needed to do the Kata videos and when I did the gym, you know, female soaper thing or whatever, I usually this isn't kind of my wheelhouse. But so it feels weird to just like talk about things that aren't soap related, but at the same time, this is soap related because it's one of our vendors, and I don't know that anyone's done a video on it, but it needs to be done. Like everybody needs to know, do not shop with the it's still an operating business. He's still the registered agent, and every dollar that you give to them could be going to defend this. And from what I've read in the search warrant and why they were not excluding some of the, you know, evidence or whatever, this document that got released in October, uh, it it's not, I mean, it's all allegedly, obviously, but from what I read, I don't think this is a case of accidental. Thousands and thousands of images and videos, like compiled over the list of like decades, over the time of like decades. Like it's horrible. So they need to be boycotted. I'm just saying. My stick just made a weird sound. I think I'm burning another freaking motor out. I had this thing where I thought I would, well, every once in a while I do it. I just buy a whole bunch of different stick blenders to see if there's a better one out there that I can recommend. And I haven't recommended a new stir stick in a very long time, you know, because they all burn out really, really quickly. And that one is about to go as well, I'm afraid. Do, do, do. Yeah, no, Latasha was a terrible, like, I had heard about it, like rumblings about it about a year ago, and then there wasn't a lot of information on it. So I thought I would just earmark and come back to it. And then somebody had emailed me a couple days ago and they were looking to start their, you know, soap business or whatever. And they had a list of people that they wanted, of companies they wanted to ask my opinion on. And it, you know, it struck a little memory thing in it. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, what's going on with that? And I went and checked it out. And so, as far as I can tell, in Pacer, the last known document was this refusal to like suppress evidence that was found. So, it's still set for trial. Like, it actually hasn't happened yet. And that was back in October, as far as I can tell. I didn't dive too terribly deep into it after I just found that October thing and read through that because kind of ran out of time in the day. But it was the most recent filing that I found on Pacer. So I don't think he's actually been to trial yet. So again, of course, this is all still allegedly. But I don't know, that thing's pretty bad. You bought a Mueller. Do you like the Mueller? HBC? Tony, I'm talking about bulk natural. Yeah, it's a bad time. It's freaking disgusting. And it's super crazy. Like as I was starting to read into it because it had in this, you know, filing that was done in October, it was listing this other address that was for like the name of the church was like Native American Christian something, you know? I should probably just do a proper video on here instead of just randomly chatting shit with partial information. So I actually have the information in front of me. But I was looking up that. I was like, what is this? Why is he paying their whatever? And I guess the founders of this church, they're not Native American. They're just, you know, people that were, sounds like, from what I could gather from the actual, you know, filings of this actual church or whatever, it's kind of like a make money thing, you know, kind of like the Jenners did with their little money thing with the church, whatever. And so I thought that was interesting because you start adding in like this weird, you know, church operation plus you're a bad guy with the It's gross. It's a crazy story. But yeah, Brenda, with that kind of evidence that they gave, it was made it pretty clear that this is, while it's all still alleged, obviously, my public opinion, my private opinion has weighed in right now. And that person can, lots of things can happen to that person that I can't really say on YouTube. So, all of the things, because that's basically the most atrocious crime. Well, I mean, there's kind of one more atrocious than that, and that's actually the doing of, but the viewing of, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. One of our freaking suppliers, nasty, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, no, Brenda, that's kind of why I'm worried about, like, why I'm thinking about making like a main video, like actually properly done and show all the documents and stuff, because I don't think a lot of people know about it. I asked the Sudsers in the Discord about it, and I don't think anyone hit back with, yeah, I've known about this. So it's probably a good idea to get it done if not for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, Miss A, you're right. In prison it'll be a bad time for him. Couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. Again, allegedly, assuming everything's right, but whatever. What am I making next? So I want to work on a new design, and I just made a lye solution that, like 5-10 minutes ago. That might be a little hot. Yeah. Yeah, that one's a little hot. So let that keep cooling, make another lye solution. And I can just do my type 3 shampoo bars. Why not? Say that I got, 3 different types done. I'm kind of wanting to just kind of make things easy and not, disastrous for this. Well, less potential for disaster striking, I suppose. Because if something goes horribly wrong or whatever, that sucks. And I will have wasted some soap or maybe spilled some soap or I don't know. Live streaming, making soap. It's crazy. Anything could go wrong. And this is me. So things will go wrong. That's just a known for sure. Oh, where did I leave off on this? I do not know. What do I think of premixed lye solution? Brenda, what do you mean by premixed lye solution? Is that like you make it yourself or buying it premixed? I mean, either way, I guess it's probably the same concept, but I get weirded out about using pre-made lye solution because usually people do it in like a 50-50 and then add more water and all the things later. And it ends up being a weird second step of maths for me. And sometimes my brain just doesn't process it. So I prepare usually when I'm at the shop, whoever leaves for the night or next shift or whatever, they kind of look at the next thing that has to be made on the list for our wholesale accounts or just general stocking of, our stuff. And they prepare lye solutions for it. And so by the time next person comes in, it'll be cooled enough to do it, to make more. And we kind of schedule everything or stage everything in such a way that you can, like this, you can continue to make lye just on the fly and use it pretty quickly, because for things like shampoo bars, well, I don't need it really cold. I don't need a cool lye solution to make shampoo bars. It can be hot. It can be above 120 degrees. It's fine. I just need it, but there are certain things that I do need to be really chilled. And so I usually prepare everything the day before or well in advance of what I'm going to make. But a premix solution, my brain just doesn't math that for whatever reason. We just have different things. That's my different. Okay. Oh, do. Formula Sample Shop. I don't know that I've ever heard of them, Miss A. What do they do? Oh, Jania, I'm glad that you like the milk soap series. That was a lot of fun to do. That one was really, really interesting, looking at all the different consistencies that the lye solution would get into, but also with the finished product. And the lather was just so incredible, so fun with all of them. The animal soap, the animal milks were really quite extraordinary. And I was like pleasantly surprised by that. This is with the evap and then the condensed. Did I ever actually release that one? That was a beautiful lather with the sweetened condensed milk and then the regular like whole milk, cow's milk, goat's milk. And yeah, they were lovely, lovely. As far as doing it on the regular, I'm still not prepared enough to do any of that. And so for my plant milks, I'm still using the powdered, but I've been putting more powder in now, trying to get more of the richness and all the things. So it was a fun series to play with stuff that I usually don't do, i.e. like the milk fats and everything, the animal milks. So yeah. Yeah, and the skin benefits are absolutely phenomenal. They're great for hair too. So the kidlet, yeah, these ones were the brown ones were the ones that we did with the evaporated milk, right? So Soap and Clay Kidlet #1 has been using this on her curls. So good. Her hair looks so amazing right now. So her hair's taken really well to this, which is not always true with a shampoo soap bar, and curls. It can be a disaster for sure. So she's done really well with this one, including milk into any formulation when you're doing like hair or skin. I think would be a great idea for sure. Like face or hair, you get it. It's all skin. Never mind. Yeah. But the marula oil for a conditioner. Marula oil would be nice. That's good. Formulator's sample shop. I'll have to check that out. I love Lotion Crafter. Well, it's been a minute since I've bought anything from them. It feels like so many of the actual companies have changed so much in the past, few years, right? Because like wholesale supplies got bought out or bought somebody else out and something changed there. And then there was some weirdness with, like, I don't know, PETA taking them off of a clean list. And it was, oh, that was weird. And then Brambleberry's prices went even more up. So I just really can't recommend them in good conscience to anybody anymore. They're great products. I really love their fragrances, and I do think their fragrances are probably superior to a lot of ones that are on the market, but 3 times the price superior? That's crazy to me. And then Bulk Apothecary did some sort of thing, some change. And a couple businesses have just closed down proper, and new ones have sprung up. It's wild. People are getting their oils and their supplies and stuff on Etsy these days. And, you know, I think misleadingly thinking that they're supporting like local because they filter out to be, I'm getting from a United States company. And so, yay, I'm within whatever thing they've set up for their business, which is to, shop USA, which I think is a dangerous thing to do in the United States if you're making soap anyway, because how the heck do you get coconut oil sourced from the United States? You know? But to each their own. That's everybody has their own business model. But when they're getting something from Etsy, they kind of think they're supporting a small business. But if you look at the actual EINs and the business numbers and everything and look them up with the states that they're in, most of them are just like the shell company for like a Chinese corporation that are now selling through Etsy. China has infiltrated the Etsy like crazy. Flaming Candle has great. No. Is that the one I hate? No. We like Flaming Candle. Flaming Candle's good. There's another one that I had a terrible time with. Like the Soap Apprentice and I both had a terrible time with. We made a whole video series on it. Like I was stuck with these scents for like a month and they were bad. Like some of them actually smelled terrible. There was like this weird wintergreen one that was just not good at all. But they also performed terrible. We had nothing but good, but terrible experiences with them. I don't think it's Flaming Candle though. I like Flaming Candle, right? Do I have any more samples left here? No. Okay. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, no. I feel like Flaming Candle was good. Are they like the but I have a computer in front of me. Can you literally just stop trying to remember things? You know that you're not going to. My God, just look it up. The Flaming Candle Company. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to have a scene for when I'm looking at stuff. So you guys can see what I'm looking at too. Oh, did I not put music on this? I need some music. Oh, Flaming Candle. Yeah, okay, I recognize their logo. And yeah, they're good. I like them a lot, actually. It's somebody else. Lone Star, maybe. I'm not talking trash if it's not Lone Star. I'm sorry. I don't really know. Okay? There's one that was terrible. It was year 1 or year 2, whatever. It was not a good time at all. So I'm gonna make type 3 shampoo next. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. We get somebody else. We get somebody else. We get some of this. Okay, okay. So for the scent blend, I'm doing tangy citrus plus. Is it broken? Oh, the side's broken. Maybe I just put the cap back on there. Finish that like that. Yeah. So I'm doing tangy citrus plus vanilla embers for the scent blend for my type 3, which is a new formulation. Okay. On the rosemary essential oil, all they have is the SDS. Oh my gosh. So I think I did a video on the essential oils and IFRA at some point, or maybe I just dreamed that I was going to, and then maybe I started to edit it and just never went up. That could be true too. Pretty sure that one went out. And that's one of the the difficult things about essential oils is actually getting proper IFRAs and then making sure that you're double checking them before, every time you kind of put them into a thing because they can change from batch to batch, location to location. And so there's no straight consistency, it seems, with essential oils. Now, obviously, if you go from, if you get your black raspberry and vanilla from Nature's Garden and then to Sierra's Candles and then to Brambleberry or whatever, you still need to pull out the new, SDS pages and everything and look at all the guidelines, but because it's different, even though it smells the same. But it's just weird to me because it's like, well, like rosemary is rosemary is rosemary, right? No, it's not. It's super not. It can come from all kinds of different things and it changes. So, yeah, exactly. Do go to eocalc.com and you can check that one out. You can check them out there for sure. So, what else do I need? Are you heating up? You are. Awesome. I love that. We still have a good thing though. Okay. What do I need? I need my clay. I need my amla. I need my milks. Coconut milk. I need my oil. And I need my butter. Yeah, right, Brenda? Brambleberry has gone up a whole lot in prices. I mean, as far as I know, everything could have all just jumped today. Like, I haven't been on any sites at all in the past couple days, but since the new tariffs from Canada kicked in and a lot of our types of supplies and a lot of our produce and stuff, while it's not directly from Canada, like they don't necessarily have to produce it in Canada. They're like getting it from a different country through their imports and then they use it to sell to us and export to us as part of the whatever. So those prices go up as a result too. And so a lot, I think, of our plant oils may be going up in the States, you know, hopefully temporarily. I hope they figure this out. Because it's been a crazy time. All right, back to the ground with you then. I'm not trying to be Billy Badass over here and open a dangerous container. Make a mess. Ruin everything. Okay. It's so weird how I can't talk when I'm measuring. Do you guys have that problem? Just me? Get really, really quiet when I'm weighing things out. Doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Oh. All right. Okay. Now, let's put you in. Get you melted down. Yeah, we'll see if the tariffs bring back any work into the auto world in Michigan. I mean, I know that all the big car companies had been reaching out and saying we haven't been contacted, and infrastructure would be good for assistance with all that. And I think like Ford or whatever came out and said we have 2 weeks, if we have to do this way, 2 weeks before we have to shut stuff down, which is kind of crazy. Your son is answering me. What am I saying that he needs to answer, Miss A? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Talking to myself mostly. Okay, and then once I do with this new design, can start getting that stuff ready. So I'm going to want to do 2 colors for that guy. Oh. Well, what was his answer to is it just me? Did he say, yeah, it's just you, crazy lady? Or did he say, no, I too relate to that. I also have problems measuring and talking at the same time to make me feel like I'm not alone in the world. Did he do that? Okay, what am I going to do for a red? Guys, I don't have a red. Um, All right. Screw it. We're doing it live. Let's see what we can get. Yeah. Let's try it. See? Yeah. I know that your child has to be a smartass, Miss A, because he's your child. Comes by it naturally. But that's good. That's why I love you. And I'm sure all of your family is delightful. Okay, we'll see if this works. I don't have all the required components to make Mad Micah's True Red or whatever. Because what is it? Brazen Hussy, Voodoo, and something else? I don't have the something else. So I'm going to do Brazen Hussy, Voodoo, and some unknown bright pink thing from Brambleberry. Because look at that. Label. Gone. Gone. No idea what this is. Done. No clue. Okay. See, put that one there, and that actually accomplished nothing that I wanted to in that drawer. Kind of dumb of me to. I'm going to put everything into a drawer system. It's going to be fun. All of my micas in this are just in a short drawer, you know, so they all pull out. And so it's kind of cute when you open it up because everything is like all rainbow ordered, which is fun. But yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt to keep them organized. Okay. Let's see if you're kind of properly melted-ish. Not even close, but a lot of mixing could do it. Yeah, covering your labels with tape is a great idea. HBC, for sure. The stuff with Brambleberry, I don't know. I think I have old bottles that I use for other stuff at this point from Brambleberry hanging out that I did cover with tape, and the damn thing's still faded behind it. So, not too bad, actually. They're still legible. So that's something. But yeah, that requires a level of remembering how to do stuff that sometimes is lost on me, you know? Hey, Shells, how are you? How is your day? It's lovely to see your, well, your name, but by extension, when I see your name, I see your face and I hear your voice. So hi. Multitasking is good. We all can do that. I'm multitasking as well. Get to chat with the sudsers while I'm also making my stuff. Well, I'm glad you're still kicking, for sure. Hopefully kicking in the direction of people that deserve it. That's what I've been focused on lately. I'm kicking at people. Which is fun, I suppose. Just too many people to pick from these days, though. So, I mean, I'm just kicking all over the place as a result. Okay, dogs, calm down. All right, got my amla in. Put my coconut milk in. See if I can break some of those clumps. Make it a little easier on the stir stick. Yes. Okay. Okay, should be good. Yes, let's check the temperature of this lye solution and see how hot we're going to pour this guy. Put this stuff away. I don't need it anymore. 147, 128. Okay. We've got a lye solution at 147 degrees and one at 128. So I'm going to leave the one at 128 to continue cooling and use the one at 147 because I want it to be cooler for an actual design that I'm going to do. So this is what I'm thinking. It all makes sense. Oh, hey, yeah, look at that. Merkin, yeah. But he hit the like button. That would be awesome. Do the YouTube things. Thank you. I'm a terrible freaking streamer. I'm supposed to be shilling that crap to you guys all the time. Like and subscribe and comment for the algorithm. This. Okay. So I've got that and that and that. Do I need anything else for this soap? I have my powders. I have my blend. I have my, oh, I need my, that's it. Oh, I wonder, did I haven't found it yet. I have to show you guys this thing that I did. Well, I mean, I did it in that I broke it, but I was putting a batch of rebatch into the crock pot and I was adding, you know, lye solution and some oils to it to make a whipped sugar soap scrub and had to turn it off, kind of forgot about it. And the next day I came in and everything is just eaten through. It was an idiot and it was the wrong kind of insert. And I just left it to sit to see what it would continue to do because we're like really humid, right? So there's lots of water in the air. And I'm just watching this whole insert of the crock pot just continue to degrade and just eat itself away. It's been going on for several months. I need to find it so I can show it to you guys. Next time, remind me. Might get loud, sorry. Okay, sorry. Why are you in a cave right now? It's not loud enough. All right, well, I'll do it right next to the microphone next time. Why are you in a cave, Shells? Come on. Shells, so the way that I have this sound muffled is I don't have a noise gate on this. I just turn the noise suppression up, well, lower for some things. And so it should, I was hoping that it would just basically dull all of the clicky click underneath the microphone. And it seems to be working out pretty well. If it ends up being a problem, I need to put like a proper noise gate in it and give it specific parameters of like this decibel, and this one. Yeah, those are words that totally help you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, so right now it's just a noise suppression filter that I have on, and then the mic is pretty wide open otherwise, because I wanted to be able to kind of walk around and you could still hear me, even if it's sometimes farther away, because I can't just stand here for hours and hours. I got to go get stuff, you know? So I was hoping that would work. I hope that is the solution, and I don't have to do a whole bunch with fixing the audio too terribly much. So I don't know if you have it on your phone. Definitely check it out. These phones are getting so fancy with the audio options that they have these days that I wouldn't be surprised. This is a filter that is running through my streaming program through OBS, and so I can put it on there. But I can put it onto my edited videos like DaVinci and through DaVinci and, you know, whatever else I use too. That is crazy though that that's not loud to you guys, because holy crap, that's loud as hell for me. I usually have an earbud in, you know, just listening to stuff, and so my hearing is therefore a little bit dampened. And that feels just really loud and not fun on my ear holes today. Okay, so soap nuts went into this guy. Let's put that away. Right, gonna use that scent for next. Oh my God, Shells, you got a new one that's getting bigger. Samsung S25 Ultra, damn. Yeah, I love that the soap or the phones keep getting bigger and bigger. I really do. It's good for my eyes, you know? I could walk around, in 10 years, I'm gonna have to walk around with a tablet to actually read things on my phone. Well, Miss A, tell your daughter that her Gemini buddy, assuming she means me and not someone else in chat. I'm going to assume that she means me because life is all about me. But she could have found other buddies too. Couldn't just be me, you know? But I'm doing okay. It's one side of me is great and happy and positive. And then the other side of me wants to stab people and does with my words all the time. That's what's happening. But that's the Gemini thing just on a normal day. That's just a Tuesday, you know? Okay, so for everybody who maybe didn't catch the whatever, we are doing the type 3 shampoo bars, and I used a lye solution at around 150 degrees. And so if someone has not experienced what happens when you use hot lye solutions, that's what happens. It gets thicker faster. You have to, you know, mix it for a shorter period of time and get it into your mold, and not necessary to C-pop it if C-popping is what you usually do. Usually when it's this hot. So now you know, if you've never been brave enough to try it or whatever, you can totally do that thing. I am making a freaking mess though. This one is a little bit, it's like this container is just a quarter of an inch too smalls short for this batch. If I want to really mix the scent in. But also, if you wanted to loosen this up enough to get it into a mold proper like, you could always add a little bit of water to it if you haven't already put a crap ton in. Room temperature water at least, not super cold water, or it could like seize and get weird. But yeah, there's that. It's kind of sick. There you go. Sorry, I'm stopping. Here you go. Am I in frame? Kinda. Look, look, look. Clump. Yeah, so that gets thick. So that's what happens. But luckily for me, this is just a shampoo bar, so it's solid color. Goes into a pipe, and so you can just bang the crap out of the pipe onto the counter, and you're all good to go. Everything's fine. Will I make a mess while putting it in? Yes. Would you make a mess while putting it in? Probably not. Probably not. I am... Well, I mean, this is just part of who I am, which is a mess, buddy. So, see if that makes it a little bit easier to now get in. Plop, plop, plop. Maybe. Do not go over the side. You're just going to keep going. Just like that. And for funsies, we'll cut them, you know, tomorrow or whenever, and I'll show you how many bad air holes and whatnot ended up in here. I am going to bang this though, and I don't want to bang it on the counter because it might be loud. I don't know. All right. Wasn't super loud, but it did splash up, and I got some here and there's some in my hair too. So, love that for me. Oh, all right. So, there it is. I don't know about the showing my face while I'm making soap business though. I should probably just go straight to the top down only view because I make really weird faces, you know? Okay, so I set that one on the windowsill so it will cool off actually. So no sea pumping for that guy because I don't want it to overheat in the core and start doing its little volcanic thing out of the top because, you know, it looks ugly. And then you can end up with holes. So I'm just gonna smoosh the rest of them into this mold and yeah, do my new soap for the line. Oh, you're leaving home. Weird. Wait, is your daughter driving and are you on my am I on your freaking car? Did it just like Bluetooth connect? So am I in your speakers of your car? That's weird to me. I think hearing myself in my car would be very, very strange. Okay. Michaela said she wants to do a Zoom. Michaela wants to do a Zoom like with us. She wants to sit around and talk to all the soapers. Yeah, like I said, we can totally do calls and whatever. And if you guys want to do Zooms, we can do those. But I thought it might be better to just have Discord chat. So people can chat in the voice chat along with the stream or whatnot and don't have to worry about being on camera or having to be at a dedicated place. Just kind of walk around with your phone. Being able to see me add something, it adds the weird faces that I make, you know? So I don't know if that's a good thing. The secret to getting the soap out of the pipe. Hi, Rissa, by the way. Hello, hello. So, Shell says, I keep forgetting I have PVC molds. I have to line mine to get the soaps out, though. So, for me and mine, I let them set up, and then I stick them in the freezer for a couple hours until they're really, really cold. And then I take them out, and the coldness with the hotness of the room starts to do its little contract expand thing. And then, this is the fun part, I take it out to the garage or the concrete floor, right? And I take the pipe and I throw it on the ground. And I keep doing that just over and over again until I'm happy, until I feel better. And then I kind of take the upside down and use an edge to a table to pop the bottom off and then stick my arm through and it just comes right out. I don't know that all the throwing it on the ground is really necessary, but for me it is. I mean, luckily for me, I actually do have to make a fair number of, shampoo bars, round soaps generally every week. So I get to do the throwing thing. It works. Okay, so those guys are done. Good, good, good. I think I did all my lotion bars, so that's done. I filmed that. Oh, yeah. I filmed this video, and I need to edit it and get it up to you guys. But I was doing, have you guys heard of Kate McLeod? McLeod. I got this email, no, not an email. I got an ad on Facebook for her product called the Body Stone. Okay? And I'm like, okay, cool. What's this? Whatever, whatever. And click on the thing, look at it. It's a lotion bar, and that's awesome. I love lotion bars. They're so awesome. And she's like, oh, I used to be a chef, and cocoa butter's super important and all this stuff. And so I created this thing with, cocoa butter is the main whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Lotion bar's been around for a very long time, but fine, okay. She's charging anywhere between $38 and $45 for it. And I went and looked like the rest of the ingredients. I don't know if I posted this in the Discord or I just like DM'd like JJ and Kaylee, because that's usually where my biggest shit talking goes, is to JJ and Kaylee. Um, and I'm like, what is this? This is like highway robbery. Anyway, so I got really mad because I kept seeing it as a result all over all of my socials. Just everywhere I go, there's a freaking Kate McLeod body stone freaking, ad. And it's 3 ounces. It's certainly under 4 ounces for anywhere between 38 and 40, like $5. It's crazy. And so I did a Kate McLeod dupe. We're going to look at her recipe formulation and reformulate it and do the whatever. And then like compare it, because she does have a lot of cocoa butter in it. And it's the only butter that she has in them as compared to, other lotion bars and the whatevers. It's to see. But it's great. It's highway robbery. I mean, get your money, whatever, but at some point you're just worried that karma's gonna kick you in the ass. You know what I mean? Sorry, Rissa. Sorry. Hi, kids. Yeah, the freezing method is very, very good, for sure. And, oh, Miss A's like, I test my welds by throwing them. That's good. We all need things. We all need a reason to throw things. You know? I firmly believe this. If we don't have a healthy reason to throw things, you know what I mean? Oh, good. I'm glad you have headphones on. Okay, good. Yeah, if we don't have a healthy reason to throw things, we're just going to start throwing things. And then people think you're unhinged. So there has to be a reason to, like, you need a reason. So for me, it's the shampoo bars. For Miss A, it's her welds. Everyone needs to find one. Okay. Yo, Michaela agreed. Good. Perfect. Your arms wouldn't fit in the PVC. Okay, so here's the thing though. Like most of these bottles, like your little 1 pound, your 16-ounce bottles. So once you're doing the thing, right, and you manage to get this little top off, again, like doing the little comes off, then you got the little two sides, and you can get some of it out as far as you can with your hand, and then you can just turn it upside down on one of your things and do that. Or a bottle of wine. Sometimes those work too. Some of the wine bottles are kind of skinny. You could do that. Flip a White Claw can upside down and use that as a stopper or a plunger. Lots of things. You could do that if you can't get your arm into it. And then you can drink the wine. I mean, do that when it's closed, obviously. Okay, new thing. So I have that, need to get my oil out, weigh this out so I can put it away. See, exactly, and you get to buy wine. That's right, Elle. It's a huge bonus. I'm here to help you. We're just coming up with all the awesome solutions to life together. And sometimes when those solutions can be tied to some delicious wine, all the better. All the better. I didn't make a big enough hole in this. Okay. Keep going. It's never taken me this long in my life to weigh out fragrance. My God. Could have just put a bigger hole in it. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so if I do... Oh no. I had the wrong chat on. Is that what the red thing? Yeah. You're never going to get it out. It's such a pain in the butt. This is like... That doesn't come out. And I rarely have nails, you know what I mean? But when I do, I'm not going to risk breaking them by putting them under. And I've tried using, I'm not allowed to use knives, just kind of generally in life. I'm not good at them. But yeah, no, it doesn't work. It's so much easier. Just take a pair of scissors or a pen or whatever and just stab some holes in it and then just do it that way. I'm pretty sure Dana, though, in one of the videos where I was griping about him, she's so great because from Sierra Candles, the owner of Sierra Candles, because I'll, be doing a video and talking about the whatever, and I'll say something where I'm just kind of talking trash. And I don't mean to be like any, it's not like a big way, but people could get offended by that if I'm saying something about your business or the way that you package your fragrance. I still have soap in my hair. That's what's going on there. And she'll come in with like a really helpful thing. She'll be like, "Oh, we also have these little things that we, sell, or you can try this method." She's very helpful. So I try to pin those comments in whatever video I'm griping about them in, so people that watch it later can get that good information from, the owner of the business, who was fine with me chatting a little trash, you know? Yeah, pliers. I'm not going to use pliers. That's crazy. And yeah, no, Elle, I'm not. I'm not allowed to use knives. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild that the freezing didn't work with the soaps. For sure. But lining them is just as easy. Well, I mean, it's easy light, I guess. How do you line it? So, do you cut like a disc and put it in the bottom? Or do you just line and then like line the side, or do you just line the side with like just a rectangle and you just kind of do that? I just learned how to or relearned, I guess. I guess I was taught this at some point in my life, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Aowen is in 6th grade and she's doing maths and whatever, and I just relearned or learned how to calculate the area of something that is not a square. Like, I learned that this week because I had to help her with her math. And I don't know what that had to do with your thing, except as soon as I started thinking about how long of the thing you would need to cut in order to do that, it made sense in my brain that you would need to know that but that's not really area, that'd be length. Never mind. I learned how to do area of something other than a square. That was the real reason I wanted to say it, so you guys could be like, good job, you know? Okay. Seriously, I need to be off camera for this stuff. This is ridiculous. You just line the sides. Okay. Yeah. I don't know there's much of a point to put it on the bottom. The sides are going to be the things that's really going to stick. The bottom, it's, again, you can just pop the thing off. That makes sense to me. Spear circumference. Jania's all up in here just making up words now. She's just making things up. They're just very, very smart, I guess. No, you are. You're smart. You're probably not making it up. But in my brain, you're making it up. Just kidding. It's a joke. This one's super full, okay? I might just get some karma for saying that you're making this up. We'll see. No, we got it. I mean, when a couple ounces over. Times pie. It's not pie season yet. Has to be at least May before I start eating pie. But don't. Okay. Oh. All right, so this one has approximately 1 million different oil types in it. Heat that up. Get it ready for the things. Yes, yes. Why did you not end up needing the caps, Shells? Do you not put them on? Do you not put them on the bottom? What do you mean? What do you put on the bottom instead? I don't understand. And also, I didn't actually just glitch that long because I was thinking about the caps. Somebody said in chat, it's Pi Day 3.14. And it's not the 14th, is it? Okay, good. I thought I lost a week. Holy crap. Wouldn't surprise me at this point, but you get free pizza. You get free pizza at, yeah, a lot of pizza places for Pi Day, for sure. You love my down to earthiness, where I just tried to gaslight you into saying that you're making things up. Good. That's awesome. It was a joke, for the record. I am just kidding. How do we like seeing the number of times you have to see my freaking head in the overhead with all of this? I need to get better at that. Look at my hair. Look at that. That's weird. Okay. That, I'm gonna get those. Where's my mold? I need my mold. Where are my molds? Yeah. Okay. I have a mold. The mold has arrived. Okay. So, yeah, I have a couple minutes left. Let that lye cool down a little bit before I do this design. It's gonna be like clovers, you know, thin hanger swirled down over and over, you know? Gonna do that. And it'll be fun. No worries. I am glad that you're fine with me teasing. I really like teasing, just generally. I do it to people that I like. But so I got a couple minutes to do that. I'm gonna do the thing for that guy, and then we're gonna head out. But what are you guys doing for the weekend? Am I even on camera still when I'm sitting, kneeling down? Yeah, I still am. What are you guys doing for the weekend? You guys have any shows going on? There's been like really good weather up here, so I imagine that everybody else in the nation is also experiencing it, because whenever we experience good weather, that means everybody else is experiencing great weather, because our weather up here mostly sucks. But do you guys have any cool shows, events, working toward, you know? March is usually the start ramping up for a bunch of big stuff, right? Getting ready for outdoor events and figuring out how you're going to get your tents to not fly away in the wind, because it is still like springtime and it's gonna get strange. Oh, good. I'm glad you're from a teasing family. Oh, that was gonna put clovers in the design? No, that could be cute though, and would be fitting to be making this time of the year. I feel like I did one of those soaps once. Yeah, I did a clover soap once for one of the 12 months of soap things. Yeah. But no, the Clover Soapworks is awesome design with the whatever. I'm gonna use that, but I'm just gonna do one main base color and two accents and do the thing. Where's my trash bag? Okay, more clay. More? Yeah, Dave, it is. It's so beautiful. It's actually stunning. Everybody around is out doing their, doing their lawns and everything, because it's such a beautiful day. And yesterday was pretty decent too. So I'm starting to think we're going to end up having to get outside and get all the siding and everything on the house sooner rather than later, which is mostly good. We're mostly done on the inside with everything that we've been doing over the winter. So we just have one more area that we need to drywall, the laundry room, and then that's good to go. Everything else has been buttoned up there. So we'll be moving outdoors in not rainy conditions so we can put the siding up, and then my house can finally be done and the inspectors can stop coming over saying, when are you going to get your house done? You know? Because they do that to you when you have an active inspection. Every year they come over and inspect your progress Whereas, like, normally, if you don't have any active construction going on, in Washington state at least, I don't know how it is in other states, but here, the inspector only comes out and does their inspection like every 7 years or so. And so you can go a reasonably long time without your property taxes going up like crazy amounts. But when you're in the middle of active construction, they're like, oh no, we want to see what's going on at every step and every opportunity they can to charge me more. They do, and that's fun. So I'm looking forward to them not being here every single year for a while. I don't know if clover would have benefits for skin. I am Jilly Bird. I am in Washington State, and yeah, absolutely gorgeous up here. I'm up in like the Seattle type area. And what day in June is my birthday? I'm June 10th. Yeah, I'm right smack dead in the middle of June of Gemini or whatever. My sun and my moon are in Gemini. That means something. Or like my sun and my rising sun. Two of the big thing. Yeah, it's fun. Very, very cool. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to look at all the horoscope stuff or whatever. Obviously, it's a silly thing to think that the entire world can like neatly fall into 12 little boxes of categorization. But it's cute anyway, you know? Tori says no good markets yet. We just got 2 inches of snow yet. Holy crap, you got snow in Wisconsin? I do miss snow. We got little skiffs for like a week here. A few weeks ago, maybe 3-ish weeks ago, every single day we had snow, but just a little amount. And they would delay school. And one day, actually, for my brother and sister-in-law, they live the next town over, the next county over. School was canceled for the whole week. And on one hand, it doesn't make any kind of sense to me because it's like I'm from Colorado and this is not enough to cancel school. You know, we would have to go to school in like major snow drifts up to your head and all the crazy. But on the other hand, the DIA, you know, the airport in Colorado has more snowplows than the whole of Washington state combined. That's just a fact. You can look it up. I'm not just chatting shit there. And so I get why they need to reduce or like, you know, delay school or just cancel school. They don't have the plows and the de-icers and everything to actually keep the roads safe. So it's cool. We end up with like good, fun little mornings or whatever of just kind of chill time looking at not a lot of snow, but then we don't have to deal with the after effects of having to deal with it and shovel it and everything. So it's kind of nice. I miss the big snow, I guess, when I'm wanting to go skiing, probably. Yes, I'm in Washington. Absolutely. And yeah, Latasha, you need a break from construction as well. It's a lot. Do you ever find that you need to do just like one thing? You need to have one area that's just for you, that's just done. Doesn't matter what that area is. You know, it can be a closet that's finished. Like everything in it is done. The light switch is on the wall. The baseboards have been done and caulked and painted. You know, otherwise you just kind of start feeling crazy. I get really, I don't know. I get stressy when things around me aren't in order, and so it gets kind of rough sometimes. Jilly's birthday's on the 11th, and your daughter's is the 15th. That is cool. A lot of Gemini energy in your house. You guys fight a lot? You and your daughter? I don't know if I would fight with a fellow Gemini or not. I fought with my mom all of the time, and she was like opposite me in the zodiac. So we were supposed to be, I don't know, it's supposed to be good and bad for the polar opposite, whatever. I don't know. Rissa says that she saw something when the horoscopes were created back in Greece. The sky was different than it is now. So the horoscopes don't line up like they used to. Right, yeah, it's super crazy because do you remember like, I don't know, like 2010, 2011 or something, around that time period, they had said that and they decided they wanted to change the thing as a result and create like a 13th zodiac sign, like Okiuphus or something, and kind of shift everyone. And I guess the world had a meltdown. And so I think they've still changed it, like, but the things, if you go to, if there is such a thing where you can go every day and look at your horoscope, I think they still just have the 12 listed everywhere. But yeah, they wanted to change it all. And everybody freaked out. Kind of like I guess they freaked out in the United States when they tried to introduce the metric system. I wasn't alive for that, but my mom said it was a big old mess. Like, people were ready to revolt. Yeah, well, we got little skiffs every day for an entire week, Tori. I just kept wishing it would just dump and get it over with, but it didn't. It teased the whole time. Oh God, Jilly, I lived in Phoenix for sure. Dania needs, you need construction? I'll send good vibes your way. Yes, absolutely. I'll send good construction vibes your way. Are you like waiting on a contractor? Is that why you need construction, or you just like want to build something different in your house? Do you have plans, or like you ready to go? But yeah, I lived in Phoenix for a year for university. I went down to ASU to start my collegiate career, and I played soccer. And man, Phoenix is a freaking party city. I went from a straight A kid that, you know, just got straight A's while still hanging out and not doing much of anything, to just only hanging out and partying and like getting into the bars underage and whatever. I had to go back to Colorado. I was like about to ruin my future. It was crazy, but it was a fun time. Hot time too. I had a Honda Civic that was bought in Colorado. It was really cute. It was purple. It was adorable. But it was bought in Colorado, and a lot of the cars that you buy in Colorado, especially during that time, they didn't come with air conditioning, because they don't ship those cars that come with air conditioning to Colorado, because you don't really need it, you know? So it didn't have any air conditioning. And that was a car that I drove in Phoenix, and it was, you know, like 118 degrees the first day that I went there, and I was leaving a literal blizzard in Colorado. And I was like, I will never live here. But then, you know, they gave me money to go to their school, so I was like, maybe I'll go here, you know? Okay, so I've got this. Let's see what the Lie Solution's doing. Yeah, ASU is totally the party college. You are right. Metric is better. Yeah, fine, Rissa, it's better. But I wasn't taught it, so. And also, I just like the thing from Friends when Rachel's having her baby, and they're talking about like how dilated, and she's like, it's got to be like this, right? And they're like, more like this, and she's like, oh, stupid metric system. So that's what I think of every time I think of the metric system. It's funny to me. Okay, I need to add some more. I'm gonna add some more stuff to this. So I put in the Brazen Hussy, that unknown hot pink, and Voodoo. And you see how pink it is? I need it to be red. So I'm gonna put in some satin penny. Oh, so yeah, Jania, what's going on with that? What's the construction need? Like, why do you need construction vibes? Are we building, rebuilding? Was there a like an insurance thing? Did like a tree fall or something? God, I hate insurance claims. They freak me they freak me out. It would be very nervous to ever actually have a tree or something fall on my house and have to rebuild with that. Some of them sound kind of miserable. I had a friend who lived in a hotel for like a year and a half while they were fixing something after something fell on her roof. And that seems really tedious. You need extra rooms. 3 boys and 2 girls and working on your studio. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah. More space. It's always a fun thing, for sure. Except do remember, okay? If you add more space, you have more space to clean. And I thought that I would be fine with that, you know what I mean? Because I really like cleaning and I like, you know, having things organized and whatever. But Some days it feels like that's all you're doing is cleaning. And I have a whole life, I have a whole business, I have a job and other things to do other than pick up after my family. So just keep the space manageable or get a cleaner. That's an option too. I am stubborn. I won't do that ever in my life. But yeah, I hope you can get some extra space for everybody. It does get rough when people are all up on top of each other for sure. Dave, what did I miss what you're making now? I am making, it's a new design, it's a new soap for, well, it's a soap for a new line. And so I'm using Clover Soapworks's, the, I don't know what the heck it's called, but the one that I was completely obsessed with and we did a soap challenge on, Project Soapway on, where you do the lines and then you just really mix it together a whole lot with your hanger tool. So I'm doing that, but I'm just doing it with 3 colors. So it's going to be the start of a new line that I'm doing for the website. You're adding soon. Oh, wow. I am sorry that you had to deal with the hurricane stuff, Jania. That stuff's just awful, when you have something like that, like a natural disaster or whatever, and you really, because I think instinctually we want like a reason for something happening, and it seems just so, well, it was a hurricane. I mean, it sucks. It's such a, yeah, and so there cannot be any good closure, but then also, yeah, the insurance companies can get a little crazy with all of it and delaying the claims and getting everything done as a result when you have damage like that, but it sounds like you didn't. But and I understand it. Like all the insurance companies in California having to rebuild all those homes. Holy crap. That's going to be a huge hit. A huge hit for everybody. It's such a terrible thing in California with the fires and everything too. Rough, rough. So, I think we're going to go ahead and go. Are we? Are we going to make this? I have everything out. My Do I have a recipe for anything that smells like fresh cut grass? As far as like a scent blend? Uh, no, I don't. I have used the actual fresh cut grass from, I don't know if it was Nature's Garden or Brambleberry. I don't know if Brambleberry would still be selling it anyway, but it was really good. But you could use, okay, I literally just searched fresh cut grass and expected to get a freaking fragrance. What am I doing? Hello? Candle Science has one that's really highly rated for sure. What do they say their scent notes are? And that can usually help you figure out how you can kind of blend what you have currently to get something similar, is looking at the scent notes. And so the fragrance notes for this is citrus, lemongrass, and the middle is grass and green leaves. So that's not helpful, but the citrus and lemongrass is helpful. And then the base is going to be sage. So that's good. So then you could do like a straight sage, and then you want something that's kind of a little biting in addition to the sage, right? And then your citrus. Your lemongrass might just go ahead and accomplish the biting, and you might be able to get away with doing a lemongrass and a sage blend and calling it good. Maybe ground it with a little bit of sandalwood or like a santal, mostly because I love sandalwood, but also because it grounds it and it can deepen your fragrances really nicely. Um, but you might be able to get away with it just lemongrass and sage, or you could do a sage and a citrus, like a nice, mm, not a super sweet orange, but also probably not a grapefruit. I mean, I think it would say grapefruit if that was, it just has generic citrus. So, let's see. Okay, so I've got sage leaf from Sierra Candles. And that's a pretty good clean sage for sure. And then, what do you think? I have a tangy citrus from Sierra Candles. I don't know. How about, I have sweet orange chili pepper from Nature's Garden. Holy crap. It's like the best scent ever. Put it in everything. I don't know if I've ever actually even talked about that on the channel. It's an amazing scent. Oh, that could actually work. So the sweet orange chili pepper has kind of a little bit of the bite because of the heat, element from the whatever, and then the sage. Yeah, just blending those together would be really good for a fresh cut grass scent. I am not on the screen that the chat is on, and so if you have corrected me and been like, no, 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 I don't need a scent. I need like, insert just something else. Sorry. There's some scent ideas. But yeah, you could totally just, if you look at like a fragrance oil that already has it, just look at their soaping notes and see how they describe it and what they, sort of goes into it. And then you can kind of mimic it based on the stuff that you have existing in your thing. Do, 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 do. A mossy oak would be really good. Yeah, that would work really well. That might actually work better than a straight sage if you wanted to pair that with something that's citrusy as well. That would be really awesome. Okay, so did I check the temperature on this? Nobody knows. Okay, okay. So we're sitting at 101. Let's do the darn thing. It's very strange to me that I'm actively trying to not swear right now. I don't know what that's about. Trying to pretend that I'm fancier and more genteel than I am, I think. Wow, those soap nuts did a great job with that one. What a waste. All right. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna put some more clay into this. Ooh, actually, no. One of the soaps that I did for 12 months of soap had like a glitter aspect to it, right? A shimmery. I'm gonna use that. I think the December bar. I'm gonna use some of that. I think that'll be cute. And I think Miss A looked it up and said that it's totally fine to use. Okay. Wait, don't want to do that yet. I want to pour this off first. Yes, when you can glitter, always choose glitter. That's right. Awesome. I love that I had the thing on and I put it into my white batter. Yay. Now it's a little pinky. It's fine. It all works out. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? How is your day going? How's your week been going? What kind of crazy experiments have you gotten up to in your formulation shop? Or just generally in life? Have you been doing other experiments? Is that enough? I always second guess. And I added something that accomplishes nothing. It's all fine. Okay. Might have to get my mouth washed off out with soap, Jilly. That is true. That is true. Many have tried. Few have been successful. Glitter! I think yes. Glitter is always the answer. Oh, you're waiting on your shea butter to infuse. And you're getting rain. Wow. So we have gorgeous weather and other people in the country are not experiencing that. You know what? That's okay. Rain is something that more of you guys should experience if that means that I experience it less. If I could send my rain to somebody else, I would do it because this can be a lot. It gets depressing when it's always gray all the time. You know what I mean? Brenda, do I have any advice for a rebatch soap that is so ugly? Well, soaps are never ugly, you know? But also, yeah, I mean, rebatch it again. You could obviously shred it up and use it as confetti in a different type, or you could, depending on how ugly, you could just shred it all up and add, your solvents, your glycerins, and some more water and some stearic and like a boatload of like kale or activated charcoal or something and turn it into charcoal bars and then you could put some milks in it and, some like sugar boosters for a nice lather. And so you could use charcoal bars for shaving or for, face care or whatever. Yeah, or turn it into like a melt and pour block so you can use it in other things. You could just cut chunks of it and set it into a mold and then pour like a fun, pretty color on it. And like Shells does this really cool thing where she does these balls, right? So she'll make spheres and she puts them into her soaps and stuff. And so when they cut, it's absolutely beautiful. You could do the same concept with like your rebatch and something like that, but have, squares or just kind of a rough chop of the soap into the mold and kind of like confetti, but chunkier. It could work. You just jumped when you heard your name? Oh no. You're like, wait, this is live. Oh my gosh, why is she talking about me? I mean, I talk about you when I'm not live, in regular videos and just generally in life. Shells is one of my favorite people. Daniel says, I once made a coffee soap with spirulina that was the exact shade of poo. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I suppose if you don't call it out, if you don't draw attention to it looking like poo, probably people wouldn't notice. They wouldn't make the connection. Probably, you know? But yeah, with those, you could always felt them too. Felting soaps is a fun thing. Or do that one thing. Do you remember a few years ago when that like mirror pour thing was all the rage? That's fun. Or the that's probably good. Or soap dough, right? Like you can cover the whole thing in soap dough. Like when I did the emojis for the Nailed It soaps, when the kids and I did the emoji soaps, they were cute. So that could work. And get one more round in that. Wow, you messed up. Good job. It's okay. Easy. Calm down. So I'm going to go in between the blue lines with the reddish, and it is setting up fast. All right. I'm going to see if we can loosen this up a bit and do maybe some drops on top a little bit. Just want another line of white. and then I'll do the rest. Yep, okay. And yeah, Georgia has done videos for the felting. I did at least one. Georgia was the only one who was ever any good at it. So I've done one or some, and Katie did one, and I think Ariel did one. Did she? I think. But yeah, Georgia May was the only one who was ever good at it and enjoyed doing it. But I think the last felting video that we put on the channel was, I think, Katie. And she did like a holiday soap with kind of a Chilean design in a lot of them because she grew up in Chile. And so that was kind of her inspiration. It's very cool. The kiddos got into felting and didn't take me seriously when I told them how sharp the needles were. And I gave them these little things to use on their fingies, these little leather pads, so they won't. And Scout, being Scout, decided not to use them because, you know, that's how she rolls. And she was doing the thing, and she was just going to town at it, though, right? I mean, it's not just like gentle, it was just really, really forceful doing of the thing. And yeah, it was just a matter of time before she was doing that and right through her fingernail, on the top. She started wearing the little pads after that, but that was a fun time for her. So aside from that, felting is a great time. It's a fun experience. She learned to slow down, and now she makes all kinds of cool little like dolls and puts, you know, trinkets and stuff that she felts into them and makes eyeballs, and it's wild. The best I can do ever is felt a soap, and she's like, look at this whole animal, this frog thing that I made. It's amazing. Very talented. The creativity that comes from these kids sometimes, I don't know where they got it. Poo emojis would be a great one for an ugly soap. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, there you go, Shells. You can send them to Scout. She loves doing her felting stuff. She loved it less when I was telling her that she needed to start organizing them because I couldn't handle just having a big wad of all of the colors of felt just, you know, in a box. And she's like, Mom, I get it. I know what they all are. And I was like, well, I don't get it, and it makes my brain hurt. So, you know, organize them. It's one of those fights that I used to have with my mom, I suppose, about my room. Clean your room. Everything's where I need it to be. It's fine. So, you know, having that. Oh, cool. We've got some pretty purple. Obviously, because that's what red and blue equal. Yeah, no, I'm right. Welcome back, Miss A. Okay. So, I think I'll get the bulk of the white on the top here. And then do what I can with the remaining red and blue. Do I want a pretty top? I'm going to have excess batter, so I might as well do a pretty top. I don't know. I'll tell you what, Shells. I don't know how the heck you make soap and talk about it at the same time. I find myself just kind of zoning out. Well, and how you actually talk about things of value. Because I'm just here yapping. You know? Feeling really dumb. Raise your hand if you, in this live stream, have started to wonder what you ever saw in Mrs. Soap and Clay. Enter the live stream going, she's so smart, and you leave it going, huh, she's weird. I mean, you've always known that I'm weird. It's not that. The soft sculpture things that were so popular in the 80s. I don't know about that. What were those? Sculptures. I don't know. Rissa's son says, why can't he have his room the way he wants it? And yeah, the answer to that is because it's gross and we don't want animals to live in our house. Scout gets like that all the time too. She gets so attitudey because Eowyn is allowed to eat in her room and have snacks there or whatever because Eowyn brings her, plates down same day and cleans up and whatever. And Scout just doesn't. She'll just hoard stuff or she'll spill tea on her carpet. And her room is the only room that has carpet in it. Only room, whole house. And she won't tell anyone about it. And so, a couple days later, I'll just start smelling something because it's not just regular tea, right? She put sugar in it and she does, or honey and, whatever. And so I'll start smelling something like, what is that smell? And she's like, I don't know. And then I realize it's coming from her room. I'm like, seriously, what is that smell? And she's like, oh, right, I spilled something. Maybe tea, I don't know. And so I'm having to freaking shampoo her carpet again. And so, yeah, she's not allowed to eat or do anything in her room. She gets really mad about it. It's like, well, stop being gross. And you can have the same privileges as your sister. That's all there is to it. Okay. Feel like that's enough. I'm going to use the rest of this somewhere else. They're definitely of value, Shells. I enjoy every single video that you put out. Hey, y'all, hey. Soothes me. Okay. Had to find a stick. Sorry. I'm gonna do. Oh, that was kind of fun, and then I messed it up. So I don't have a plan here. I'm just doing. Okay. I started it one way and did it a different way. I'm just gonna keep going till I feel happy about it. I think that's good. Why not? Okay, that guy done. And we'll put the rest in something else. I'm cemented as hilarious. Well, thanks. That's awesome. You mean angel for a Christmas tree would have looked like Home on a Nightmare Before Christmas, Daniel. That's my life. I don't, everything that I try to make that's all like cutesy or whatever, it'll never turn out that way. Okay, guys. So, we had the thing, right? Of the shampoo bar, and I went and set it on the window, right? So it wouldn't overheat, and it's overheating and doing its thing anyway. So I'm just gonna kind of smush it back in. It's very hot. It's okay. I'm just gonna smush it back in and put it back on the windowsill, and we'll just deal with that tomorrow. It'll be okay. How many weird topped, cylindrical soaps have you ever seen from me? A lot is the answer. And inside, they always look just fine. Okay. You go there. Now I'm going to heat you up. 180. I like it. Okay. Did you put something in the Discord, Daniel? I want to see this warlock. I want to see this thing you're talking about. I've been listening to this thing from the 80s, by the way. Oh my gosh, the 80s were wild in all ways. It's solidified that the 90s are like the best generation or best decade ever, but for me, but a soft sculpture. Oh, They're kind of cute though. I'm not mad at that. That's kind of cute. You know? Oh, I'm on screen with that. Did any other bad things show up? Do you see? Do you see how many messages I have? I have so many notifications all of the time. It's rough. But yeah, those are cute. They kind of remind me of like the Fraggles from Fraggle Rock. I loved Fraggle Rock. That was such a fun show. Oh, I always thought making soap took so much longer and you just edit out a bunch. These batches going quick. Yeah, no, soap doesn't really take a very long time to make. So my footage usually for most soap is, between 20 and 30 minutes in total. And so I like to have, that's kind of my sweet spot for a video, is about 20-ish minutes long. So I only cut out the annoying parts where I'm like cleaning off my soap stick, or, you know, cleaning out these. This is the worst. I cut it out of everything. It makes me very, I don't know. I'm doing it and it makes me anxious, and I assume that other people might feel that way too. I don't know. So I cut it out of the editing, but that's kind of it. Don't do a lot other than that. But that's dependent on the designs. There are going to be some designs that are going to take you a really long time. Like some of the soap challenges took people days. Days. It just crazy amount of time and dedication to the things. Rissa knows all about that. Rissa knows all about that. Days and days and days on a soap. Days. The Argyle one, that one was wild. Um, what other one was just, you just did the thing, like it took so long and it was just this crazy perfection. And then Susie, she did the Argyle one too, and she had the stacking thing, so it didn't take her as long. But Marissa got into it. It was crazy. Yeah, Fraggle Rock was awesome, right? That was crazy. Miss A says she's lived through the 80s. It was a weird time. And you missed the 90s? Me too. I really do. I think the 90s were a really cool generation, or a decade in a lot of ways. And a lot of the stuff about the 80s, I mean, I don't have any memory of because I was really little, but the stuff that I do know and remember, when I get context about them, like as far as like the society and, the cool trends or even the political stuff or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah. So that makes something make more sense in a different, way, You're an 80s kid all the way. You wanted to grow up to go back to that day and time. I'd go back to the clothes. The clothes were cool. I really, unironically, I loved the clothes. Okay, so this is going to be an ugly soap. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. But ended up with another fullish bar. So that's good. That one will be good for a mystery bar on the site. Okay, I need to cover that bad boy. Oh. Okay, let's see. Parachute pants? Daniel, no, no, no. I have parachute pants now. Like now, I have a pair of bright orange ones that I wore to an Ed Sheeran concert, and I just like unironically wear them as a fashion thing now, which is like a cropped shirt. They're cute. And a pair of kicks, And I have a pair of bright pink ones that I wore to the Pink concert that I have never worn outside of that, because hot pink is strangely something that I can't do, but orange is fine. I don't know what the difference is between those two. But there it is. The skin tight leather looks. Yes, I love the leather pants as well. Yeah, the colors were great too, right? Everything was so bright and fun. And the hair was big. It was big. I don't know that I could do that though, because it's like a lot of time that needs to go into the hair, and this is the time that I have, you know? Not that it's the time that I have, it's the time that I will devote to it. If I wanted to do it and it was important or whatever, I would make time and whatever, but I just kind of pull it back because I'm going to be pulling it back anyway, you know? I'm just always doing stuff that's going to require, well, and it doesn't matter because I got soap in my hair anyway today. Look at me go. Okay, towels, need to clean that off. There. You can do it. I don't want to refill. Thank you. Okay, so I am done making soap. And so whenever I'm done doing the soap thing, I always take all of my tools that need to be washed and they go into a bucket as I'm, working or whatever. And then everything that doesn't get washed, like my stir stick, like the head gets washed, but the rest of it doesn't. And my surface and anything that I touch, it all gets wiped down with vinegar. Just in case there's some residual lye somewhere, so we can neutralize it. Don't do this on your skin for anybody who doesn't know, because it neutralizes it by getting it hot and that hurts. But just in case there is someone else that's going to be in the space, or me later, and I just do one of these things, and maybe there's lye hanging out there, and now my arms are burning. Not like Sanders. Shells is back. Welcome back, Shells. Curls do help with getting big hair. That's accurate. Yeah. Eowyn can make her hair crazy. So she's obsessed with troll dolls. And she likes to do at least once a week. She asks me to give her a high ponytail. Like high ponytail. Right? And her hair's like all the way down to her butt at this point. And it's thick. And so it's just like, and then she'll just kind of poof it all up. It's wild. She does. She loves it. She thinks cutest thing ever. I wish I had curls. Curls are fun. Oh my gosh, it's still in there. I just found the piece. I gotta go wash my hair. All right. I just have to put it back up. Sorry. Shouldn't have messed with it. So, anyway, that is what I do at the end to make sure that everything is nice and safe, just in case somebody else comes in. And then all of my towels my towels go into a water and vinegar thing too. And yeah. Oh, is it called a pineapple? Is that like a thing? A pineapple? Is that what the hairstyle is called? That's fun. I like that. Oh, you had a work call. Work? Why do people call it work anymore? That's such a weird thing. Everybody should just text and email. That is what I've decided. Ugh. You cut all of your hair off. Yeah. Well, but now you can do fun things with, when you get the itch or whatever, you can put, wigs on and get the long hair and do all that stuff, which could be really cool. I think that there's a lot to say about doing the wig method and the shorter hair, because you get to change up your styles all the time too, and it's less upkeep. So that would be awesome. Call through the computer. Oh, well, like a meeting. I hate meetings. Jake is on freaking calls all the damn time and you never know when they're going to happen. And so I'll just be walking through the house, talking to myself, singing a song, whatever. And then I'll hear him start to talk, or I'll hear somebody coming, a voice coming from the office. And I'm just embarrassed because he's not muted and they heard me singing, probably. It's rough. Those are never fun. But yeah, so we did it, you guys. That's like really cool and crazy. I I got back on the thing and did the live stream. And I don't think it was a terrible, you know, experience. Nobody nobody did the thing. Nobody said that the audio was terrible. And, I don't think I did anything wrong. Probably said some swears. But no. I think the biggest part is getting back in the swing, because you guys are my people and I want to be here with you. And as I said at the beginning, every day that goes by that I don't do it, it gets harder and harder to get back into the habit of doing the thing and um, making the videos and whatever, because however our friendships and everything may be now, this is how we connected, originally was through the medium of the making of the videos. And so I still have to do that, and all the jazz. And we all have this shared love of making things and making cosmetic things and soapy things. And so I need to get back into that habit, because getting to chat with you guys and do the things, it was super duper fun. You guys make me happy and it's very healing for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and had a good time and want to do more of it. So let me know if you want to do more of it and what ideas you might have for live streams and stuff. Like I said, I want to hit, as this stuff is going, we're just going to do hit lists of things that need to be fixed, like little things, like if we're dealing with the audio or the cropping of different, angles or whatever, that's one thing. But also I want to do like the voice chats for Discord, so you guys can pop on and just chit chat. And so you can be talking with me, but then also the rest of the, people on the YouTubes, on the stream can hear it. And so those sorts of things for sure. And kind of just get back into connection, because we need each other. I need you, you know. So whether or not you need me doesn't change that I need you. So it's definitely good to be back in the thing. And I'm proud of me that I did it. I managed to set things up. So that was awesome. But yeah. Yeah, Miss A commented at the very, very, oh yeah, about my shirt. She did. But the Miss A's very first comment was something to the effect of, "What are we doing here? Like, why? Hello?" I think she was looking out for me, thinking I accidentally went live. So there it is. But yeah, you guys, okay, you like them. Cool. Keep the live streams going. I'm glad that you had a good time. And if you have any ideas on things that you want to do and focus on throughout live streams, they can be totally casual and kind of nothing. While we just chit chat and make stuff. I obviously want to have some more directed things and have something to talk about for the people who will just do like the audio only experience. And so kind of guide through a process, or, a history of, or, whatever. But casual and fun is awesome for me. Totally works. Just to kind of sit and vibe and all the things. So anyway, thank you. I have to get going. I have volunteering with the kiddos at the school in about 15 minutes. So I got to go do that. But you guys are awesome. I have a video that I'm editing that'll go up probably this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning for the last day of 10 Days of Thanks. Sorry. You guys are awesome that you're just like fine with it, And I know that there are going to be some people that are probably thinking, oh my God, she actually really does hate the censors. And I get it. Like I earn that criticism because of all of that. But it's been a lot, and we're all just kind of trying. But I am going to get my shit together, proper, whatever. So that'll be going up. And then I have the Kate McLeod body stone dupe video that I was telling you about. And then a red dish soap video. So I did a crazy thing, like I put a soap. Well, I put a soap on the Discord, which is the best place to do this. Like, oh wait, I'm not even on that freaking screen anymore. So stupid. But anyway, I put a soap on the Discord like around Christmas time or whatever, and I was like, what do you think caused this, right? It was a screen cap from a soap forum. And they said, and people had said some things and whatever, and I had some ideas about what it was. And I decided to test test the hypothesis and found the results surprising. So I have a video about that and how that happened. So that's coming out in the next couple days. So all the things. Yeah. Well, thank you, Latasha. I love you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Shell. No, I do appreciate that too. And ultimately, that is the case for the people who don't get it. Well, they don't get, me and us and the cool thing that we have here. And so, all the jazz. So, thank you. And yes, no, Elle, you're right. I do have to get the soap out of my hair first. It's going to be gross. So, I got to go rinse that out before we do the thing. So, thank you guys for existing, for being you, for being here. And we'll do this again soon. Like I said, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays work really well for me. So, we'll probably plan on that. Okay? Tomorrow's Friday. So, I might do it again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to switch to top down only. There you go. So I can walk over and actually turn off the stream. Okay? Bye, guys.